It's no doubt a major concern and an exacerbating factor in the refugee and displacement dynamic, in the sense that, firstly, we're seeing an increasing trend where most refugees are based, are living, or the countries where they come from. We've talked about Syria, Afghanistan, Myanmar, Sudan, typically. Those major countries which have seen an outflow of refugees, those are the countries where precisely there have been increasing climate shocks in recent years. And so it's very, very clearly an exacerbating factor, not just in terms of people's decision about whether they should leave their country or not, but also when they leave their country, they may then be re-displaced because there's another climate incident. And it's something that the UNHCR works extremely closely towards. And we do that through trying to make communities more resilient. And I would just flag one example, which would be developing solar grids so that people have access to more sustainable energy solutions in situations where there's been flooding and there's very limited energy. So we try and find ways to build sustainability into our refugee response, and I think that's vital. I think every state has a role to play in building that sense of solidarity, and there's a number of steps that I think countries can take. We talked about the need for peace, and I think many states can be involved in different ways in building an environment that's conducive to getting there. The other part that I would highlight is just really in terms of overseas development spending and making sure that part of that is destined for refugees, and making sure that they're really included in any of those overseas development aid packages. And then the other piece I would say is just facilitating the involvement of other non-state organizations like the private sector, to make it attractive for the private sector to support the refugee cause and make sure that they can meaningfully provide support, whether it's through employment or funding or other ways. So those are some of the things I would say can be meaningfully achieved from governments around the world.